I'm shooting a little bit of video and seen this girl up front. No camera tricks here. I know the lighting's bad, but I think you guys can get the idea of what that is. It's a Lavender Albino. Really, really nice. I can't say more about these than I already have. Their contrast is second to none. I just love them. I got real lucky when I brought in those animals. Now there's some other yo-yos out there with them, but they're selling all theirs. I need mine to make Dreamsicles. Gotta have a Dreamsicle. Speaking of Dreamsicle, let's see if we can find a Dreamsicle. Oh, Dreamsicle. Yeah. See where we're at. There we go. Let's see if this Dreamsicle wants to sit near the Lavender Albino and be a good girl. Oh, mercy. Here we go. Lavender Albino and a little shy Dreamsicle. A Dreamsicle is a Lavender Albino and a pied. And that has to be why we got that brutally pretty orange coloration. But this Lavender Albino female is really sporting her lavender colors. As a Lavender Albino gets older, you'll see more purple come in. Powder blue, purple, baby blue, whatever you want to call it. It's almost like see-through. But some days you look at them and they're not as blue. And then some days you look at them and they're super blue. But they do get better with age. I've noticed the Lavender Albinos don't start showing up any kind of blue till like a year old. And there's some people out there that think they've got babies that were born with blue or purple, and I just laugh at them. Those guys don't know what they're talking about. They're just really nice high contrast animals. When they're born, they might have a little purple or blue running through their head and coming down their neck, but they predominantly get better with age, and nobody's grown up more of them than me to know. But man, that Dreamsicle, that's an 07 Dreamsicle, and that she's a little hog running around in her cousin's cage. Well, that's an 05 Lavender Albino. 05 Lavender Albino. 07 Dreamsicle. She doesn't want nothing to do with the show. Let's see what we got here. We're gonna close poor little Dreamsicle up. And we're going to do a weight here. Calibrate the gram scale. Alright. Now this is an 05 Lavender Albino female. And there she is at 1,105 grams. Now, that's an 05, people. That's an animal that got fed once a week, every 7 days, since it was born. Let's put her back in here. And what you got here is you got a card. I'm going to put the camera down a sec. But there's her card. And actually that's card number 2. Tells you where she came from. Anyway, there's dates and what she ate. RP, rat pup. We sometimes write rat pup, small rat. But look at that card. 1 feeding. There's a double. She's got 2 rat pups. But pretty much, we feed here once a week. Every Monday or Tuesday you get offered a rat. If you're looking really hungry, you'll get 2 rats. But we're on a maintenance schedule here. But I'm not talking about a fasting situation. We've got a lot of animals to feed and, you know, only so many rats that we produce. So we feed once a week. And that's what I get. Nice, slow growth. And there's nothing wrong with an animal being 1,200 grams that was born in 2005. And you got all these people out there pounding up their snakes to 1,200 grams in, I don't know, 6-7 months. It's just retarded. And then you've got people out there that are buying snakes, and, you know, they come to you and they're like, my God, you know, Joe Schmo's got a snake half the age of yours, 3 times the weight. And I'm like, well, buy it from Joe Schmo. You know, you want a fat snake that could potentially be harboring something majorly wrong with it because it's been crammed with food. That's fine. But you'll find people that have small collections have a lot of rats. And they get rid of a lot of rats. And that means they feed a lot of stuff to their snakes. They'll double them up, triple them up. They might feed them a couple times a day. Not a day, a week. Some might do it a day. But the point is, most big breeders don't have the time to feed all week long. You know, we feed and then we get right back into cleaning. Let me cover this girl up. And we start it all over again. So that's how that goes. But as far as maintenance on a snake, I don't see anything wrong with feeding a snake once a week, a small rat. And I would tell anybody that. You know, what's the rush? Everybody's just pounding and pounding and pounding and pounding, and, you know, I don't really see the big deal. But I do things a little differently than most. So when they're ready, they're ready. When they're not, they're not. But that is a nice looking Lavender Albino, to say the least, who hasn't missed a meal since she was born. And she's got good weight. So next year, she could possibly be at a good breeding size. The year after, for sure. No doubt about it. What else we got while I'm right in this area? Phantom 44. Whoa. Yeah, Phantom 44, deep in shed. Everybody knows what a Phantom 44 is. That's a Phantom that was produced out of the platinum hidden gene. Makes them look pretty, but she's really deep in shed. So, nothing fancy. Anyway, that was my little clip on a Lavender Albino. I didn't even want to do one on her, but she happened to show up there at the front of the cage, so I got on my little rant. But yeah, that's as perfect as a card as you're going to get as far as feeding. And believe me, I'm not neglecting my snakes at all. They feed once a week. Everybody's happy. Nobody gets pounded. I've got snakes here that I would love to pound. I got snakes here that I would really like to have breeding a little bit sooner than, you know, what they're doing. But it is what it is. You know, you can't take the time and devote it to 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever particular animals, and then, you know, not look at the other animals. So everybody here gets treated the same, and hopefully everybody eats every week and they're ready for a meal. Anyway, sounds like I'm doing a podcast on Ralph Radio. And everybody, while I'm thinking about Ralph Radio, I haven't forgot about it. I just like the video a lot better. I can carry my video camera around with me. You guys can hear it. Alrighty. I got my weights on my kingpins and gave you guys a little blah blah. Let's go see how the boys are doing on the pond. I'm out.